this your image, we're sorry for the slight delay in the transmission. Today is also another good day. Good day in the sense that we are having a veteran in the house. The veteran is Tope Adaramola, a man of many parts. Veteran journalist, veteran PR practitioner, and he has also forayed into insurance. I want to welcome you.
Thank you very much, sir. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's nice having you. I'm also, Tope Adaramola was the past chairman, a former chairman of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations in Ogun State chapter, currently a member of Government Council of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations. You are warmly welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator.
It's nice having you, and I'll be glad to inform you that this is a public relations conversation series with target with the chief executives. So I have the executive secretary of the Nigerian Council of Registered Insurance Brokers here with us. It's a great opportunity.
My pleasure to be here.
Well, I want to recollect that you are part of the fusion or evolution of your image, the PR program that is about to celebrate 10 years of its existence on this table. How do you feel seeing what you have nurtured over the years?
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. I just want to start by saying that there's a saying that a man of vision is a madman until his vision becomes a reality. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's one of the most delightful things or experience to have as a PR practitioner, to be at the sort of inaugural stage of your image about 10 years ago. And 10 years down the line...
That was it.
Yes, we are here. The program has gone beyond, I believe, beyond the confines of what the visionary, which respectfully is you, even thought about. One was quite cognizant of the initial teething problems that we faced. I can say we faced because I'm also part of the, I'm proud to say I'm part of the project, how we started modestly. But over the years, we have seen this very great program, which is the first program for public relations practitioner on television in Africa, to be so held here. So we are all privileged to be a part of it. Ogun State chapter of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, of which I'm a critical stakeholder, we're very proud. The NIPR Nigeria is proud, and I'm a public relations practitioner in Africa. We're very, very proud of this main feat.
Thank you very much. Well, when we look at what has happened over the years, how will you describe your foray into insurance, starting with journalism, then public relations? What has it added to you?
Well, it has added a lot because from our foundational orientation in public relations, we were told that a PR man must always strive to be encyclopedic. What do I mean by this? You must always strive to seek for knowledge every way it comes your way. Because if there is anybody that is so expected to be an enterprise of knowledge, it is a PR person. Why did I say that? As a PR professional of note, you must be able to be adaptive to the extent that today you find yourself in government, you communicate government. Tomorrow you find yourself in oil, you communicate oil effectively. And next tomorrow you find yourself in international relations, you communicate it. You find yourself in media, you communicate it. My crisscrossing some professions, from political science to journalism and to ultimately to PR and to insurance. It's just speaking to that orientation that we were given.
But that can be seen as ordinary. It connotes expertise.
Yes.
It connotes focus,
Yes.
commitment,
Yes.
and having intellectual capacity.
That's right.
That will take you there.
That's right.
Now that you are there, how will you say you have impacted on those terrains?
Thank you very much. One of my desires have always been to leave a mark everywhere that I find myself. And to the best I can remember, when I started work with the Ogun State government, I was posted to the government house as the press secretary attaché to the government house, and I served about 3 governors' wives. I recall that in the course of my job schedule, it was a time when we had the military regime, where with its central administrative format, we all report to Abuja, and when they give instruction, we have to carry out the instruction. Our team, that's the PR team in the Ogun State government house, was such that other teams from Osun, from neighboring, even from Kwara, and sometimes Lagos, will come to us to come and copy notes about how we meet the deadlines that are imposed on us, because when we go to Abuja, we always have a basis to compare notes. So on that, one had a very, very rewarding engagement. And mind you, at that time, it was not as easy as it is now.
It was the analog era.
It was the analog era, when you have to use the antiquated telephone, you have to do telex. On the day that the most problematic day that we have those days is the day of joy of others. That's when the New Year baby will be carried by the wife of the governor. And that comes up in the midnight. But the news must not be laid to rest. So the burden is, I have to shuttle from here with my team to Ibadan, from Ibadan to Lagos, from Lagos to wherever, the news will be distributed, so that in the morning, it will not miss the production time. It was quite laborious, but to God be the glory.
If you could cope as at that time,
yes, sir,
why will you not be able to cope at this ICT inclined environment?
Exactly.
That is a plus.
It's a big plus. I was privileged, Mr. Moderator, to be talking to some group of public relations people before I came in here today. And I told them, I wonder the magic wand that we were deploying at that time. If we could practice as PR people that had to navigate and
in a difficult terrain.
Such a difficult terrain. And now compared to now, when everything seems to be on autopilot. With your phone, you do a lot of things. You go to social media. Everybody practically is a journalist now. Everybody practically is striving to be a PR professional.
How will you describe the difference? Because when you are analog, you are able to apply creativity, intellect, smartness, and all that. Compared with when you just press a button now, don't you think something is missing?
Well, the world keeps moving, and it's a measure of dynamism. Unless one wants to go the way of the dinosaurs, you must move with the world, so to speak. At that time, it was more tasking, I must confess to you. Creativity came out
more challenging.
More challenging. Creativity came up, more at that time. For you even to foster a relationship between your organization and strategic stakeholders, you have to go out to meet with them. It is not the era of social media where I would never have met you, yet you are my friend. At that time, you have to congregate in a place, you have to get to meet him, you have to get to meet them, you have to get to meet everybody. But today, it's such an easy procedure, which provokes more of creativity.
More delivery.
It was more challenging those days, but now we are on autopilot, if I can say.
Well, probably that was the great advantage we had, because I remember during my tenure as the chapter chairman,
that's right.
I was also traveling all the roads.
That's right.
And by the time I got to the second term of my tenure, there was a DGSM, and we were now connecting people, and it made travel so smooth, so easy. I don't have to face all this. I would like to ask you, what has your PR experience, what do you think you have impacted looking at insurance terrain? Because insurance terrain has been seen as a non-delivery end when it comes to payment of compensation. So what has PR done?
Well, I can say that the largest room in life is the room for improvement. But that does not mean that you keep striving. I recall that I joined the industry in 1998 at a time when, even when it comes to media engagement, we had less than 5 traditional media which had devotion to insurance reportage. And every news that we had at that time, we had to reload it through those 5 media. But today, when you look at that, almost every traditional media, and even online, we are a numberless plethora of them that we have now. What has that crystallized into? That has crystallized, one, into more engagement. As we speak today, as at that time, only 5 or 4 insurance companies and institutions had public relations head.
So what's the situation now?
But now, I just left a place where I delivered a lecture to close to 50 of them. So almost every network or renowned insurance company or institution now has a full-fledged PR department.
Oh, that's great.
And here was high in 1998. We were just like 3 or 4 that started. That doesn't now translate to public acceptance. I can tell you that though we are not there yet, because insurance is sold and not bought in this part of the world because of several reasons. Some have had very hoary experiences in the past, and that's why they don't want to do insurance. But now too, we can see that some people are yielding to our campaigns. There are some campaigns that you trump up, on the social media, and you have a lot of responses. The algorithm is reading that the barriers of ignorance, they are being broken down. It's changing. The narrative is changing. People are asking questions. People are saying, if I insure my car, what do I get out of it? A lot of people don't even know that I'm also a chartered insurer. They just ask me from PR perspective, you are the one talking about this industry. I've just insured my car, I've just insured my house, how do I go about it? We never used to have this kind of conversation in the past. And the fact that somebody like you, a renowned PR practitioner, is asking me about insurance today shows that we are making some
definitely. What I want to ask you, there's always this assumption that PR is not contributing to the financial strength of the organization. What's your opinion now?
That is completely erroneous, because what PR does that people don't understand is that we trade in sentiments. We convert sentiments. And in the elementary PR books that we read in those days, there's something, Frank Jeffkins talking about conversion process. For you to be able to evaluate PR,
from apathy to
action, from hatred to likeness, and so on and so forth. And
from rejection to acceptance.
And you also will know that in contemporary times, even in times of financial statements of companies, they are beginning to put equity, social equity there, reputational equity.
What do you mean by that?
No, in financial statements of companies before, you don't have anything like image there.
Okay.
But now they know that you may not readily be able to monetize it, but it is there. You can quantify it. You must factor it into the equity of the company. The reputational, okay, so if you are talking about what the company has made in Naira and Kobo, then you must also put in the image value, because money goes after image. If your reputation is not good, people will not invest in your organization. They will not patronize you. They will not use good eyes even to look at you.
We may not have more time on this segment, but your last bite.
Well, my last bite is to congratulate your image and to say that this is one program, and with every due respect, I also congratulate you as the navigator and the initiator of that very good.
Thank you very much.
The fact that the image has existed for 10 years speaks to your tenacity of purpose.
Thank you.
It speaks to your diligence. It speaks to your willingness to move, even irrespective of the tentacles of challenges that may surround you. And I've learned a lot from your life of value.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We've been a partner all the way, and here we are again, and we are still moving up. The sky is the limit. And we believe that with all of us joining hands to promote prosperous populations, the nation will be better. It is on that note that for now, this is how far we can go. That is, Tope Adaramola is the Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Council of Registered Insurance Brokers, a public relations veteran journalist, and now an insurance expert. Also, member of Government Council of the NIPR. We will come up next segment, next week, where we are going to continue this discussion. Tope Adaramola, it's a great pleasure having you here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator.
Permit me to say, this is one of the public relations conversation series with the CEO. And I have Tope Adaramola. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, sir. My pleasure.
It's a pleasure. And the next week, we want to say thank you for being there for us. We always be there to give you what you need in changing the society. Bye.